Good morning. Today we will discuss the Abarth as a school run car. So I already made a video about my Abarth 595C MTA Turismo as a school run car. But today we will discuss something else, and that's the new Abarth. The Abarth 500E as a school run car will be better than the ICE version, so the internal combustion engine that's gasoline propelled, or will the electric version be worse? I think it will be better, and I will explain why. What makes the Abarth 595 a good city run car or a school run car? It is very compact, it's nimble, it's not too wide, so you can go to obstructions with ease, and you can park it also with ease because it's not too long. All these characteristics are maintained with Abarth electric, but there are some things to be different. It's longer, so you need more room to park. With the electric version it's also wider, so you cannot maneuver as good through obstructions, and you still, especially in the Abarth, you still have the 3-door capacity. There's also a +1 with the regular Fiat, so they could make it so that you have one small door at one side of your car that you can also let children get out, so then you have 4 doors. That can be beneficial, especially if you're hauling around and you're taking more children with you. You also are still limited to the 4 seats that the Abarth has. Also this Abarth that I'm driving now, and you will not have this glorious exhaust sound, which also helps you to clear the road, and children will oftentimes also love it, so it will bring a smile to your face next to your environment. But why would the electric version then still be better? Oftentimes the school run is a relatively short distance. Also the Abarth, the internal combustion engine, is not very good on fuel, especially on the short burst, and it cannot heat up properly. With an electric engine you don't have this drawback. First off, it goes on electricity and it will function very well, especially at relatively low speeds. Also you have regeneration, so even if you're not accelerating you can recuperate some of the energy, so the cost of that, it will be quite low. And the other thing is, it does not have to warm up that much as compared to a gasoline powered engine. So this is a benefit, that you can exploit the power easier and sooner in the electric version. And also being an electric version, you will have the power directly, instantaneously, torque, and also the horsepower, which can be beneficial. Another thing to consider is that, that's not so much for me, but a lot of people will consider this. There is a social pressure now to go to electric cars, and you will have one of the most fun electric cars available when you go with Abarth, and you can still say, if that is your trick, yeah, I'm driving electric for the environment. And you might even add, because it's not that heavy, it will not destroy the roads that much, and will not cost as much to produce. So you could play that card if that sits with you. For me myself, I would never do this. I would not. I think when you have a car that has these benefits, of course you can, and oftentimes they will also say, yeah, I paid enough money for it because electric cars are quite expensive. But hey, if you see what it is costing now, and you will say you have one of the latest internal combustion engine cars because it's the last time that you can use it, there's nothing wrong with that either. And why is there nothing wrong with it? Because it will fade away regardless, and it is also a big part of history. That being said, the Abarth will be better for the environment in the long run if you can run it a longer time. If you're not running it a long time, I think it will cost more to produce for the environment, especially the batteries that they use. And also for gasoline powered cars you can make bioethanol, so you just can make also gasoline just from the land, and then all these thinks that it is consuming dinosaurs, or it's a dinosaur type of car, are all things of the past, with all the new additions that they can make. So even in gasoline they have made quite some advances, which can counter a lot of the drawbacks. And of course you need still need a fluid, a fuel, and also you still get CO2 out of your system. But electric cars are often a lot more heavy, and they could add additional fine dust. The benefit, however, of an electric car is that they also have recuperative braking, and thereby are not using the wheel brakes as much, so less brake dust, which is also a good thing. So it's quite a puzzle here on the environmental parts. But let's not go into this topic into depth. We talked about the school run. I think it's an excellent choice. There are some drawbacks. Without the noise it will be harder for people, especially pedestrians and children, to notice you, but Abarth also made a sound. Fiat also made a nice sound, so they can do this. And of course it will then not be that so much of a trouble anymore. Also, you will not have the smiles that you have with the popping of this exhaust, but you will have the smiles of the instantaneous torque. It's always there, and that you don't have to wait for it to warm up all the time for the short burst, which is not a good thing for a gasoline powered car. So you will have a longer life also from your car if you have electric car. Also the battery will not be a problem, because all short runs you can start with a full tank every day, so that's also not a drawback. There's decent range, so for in a city or a little bit out of the city this will be fine, very fine. So don't worry, this is a good choice to be making if you're willing to. There are better choices, however. If you have another small electric car, for example a Cupra Born, this has even more power on tap, and also it has more doors that you can exploit. So if you were going to that route, you will be better off perhaps also with the electric Peugeot 208, I guess. I think it's 208 now. That would also be a good choice with the Opel Corsa E. That are all excellent choices that are perhaps even better than the Abarth, especially also on the price point that you're getting and the quality. But the Abarth will be a very nice car. Found a car out, and I'm doing this movie, of course, from the seats of my Abarth 595C. So an internal combustion engine Abarth. And this will all be things of the past. Have a great day. Found a car.